Hi guys, that's me, and this is just another update on the Infinity Terrain I've been working on. So I just wanted to show you, we'll start off by showing you what it looks like when it's collapsed down. So this is 4 buildings in this small bag here, and that's what it looks like when I carry it around to mates' houses and whatnot. And I've done that a few times already, so I'll just open this up and get the contents out. Don't have to be shy with it, it's not going to break. So you end up with, so there's 8 buildings, 16 of these pieces here, which are how it all works with the brackets on the corners. So putting these over to one side. We've got one there with a window, so this is the sort of detail I'm going to be going for. So what this is, the detail in the background there is 0.25mm, and the frame is 0.5. So you can see there it's actually thinner than these corner bits here and most of the rest of the detailing. That's one window. There's another window I did. See, again the same detail there is really thin, and then the frame is a bit thicker, and that's it. Just very basic details so far, and then there's a bunch of blank ones of these that I haven't got around to detailing yet. We've got 4 ceilings, so again I'm going to be detailing these. I might also buy some hexagon patterned plastic card and use that instead for the ceilings. We've got the staircase, just one of those built so far. You saw that in my last video. And then we've got all of these pieces, which are the bits that go around the top of the roofs. I've added a little bit of a bevel onto these things just to make them look a bit nicer. And then these were new since the last video. These actually work as brackets for attaching the 2 buildings together, so you can make a tower of buildings. And again, 4 of those for 4 walls, and I'll go into that further later on in the video. And then finally you've got 16 of these, no, 8 of these, and just another example there of the sort of detail I'm going to be going for, which is a door. So with these, because they don't have any brackets on the corners, you can make them double-sided. So I could have a door and a window, or just a door and some panelling, that sort of thing. Only one of these has got some details so far, and that's it. So I'll put some of this together and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've had my tea, and that's dinner for those of you south of Birmingham, and I've put together 3 of these. So there's 3, and one of the things people have said is they were a little curious on how long it takes to put this sort of thing together, because they're sort of thinking a whole table is going to take a massive amount of time. So I've left one unconstructed, so I'm just going to go ahead and put one together now. So I've chosen some with some detail on. That goes in there, that pops in there. This is the way I found it's the easiest way of putting this together. That goes in there, and then voila, so that's together. Nice and simple, nice and quick. Just needs a little bit of a squeeze to get it to go tight, and that's it really. And then of course you've got the additional bits that you can shove on if you choose the right side. I need to label some of this stuff up because a lot of it doesn't go on certain sides. So I've got 2 different lengths, you see. I've got, this side is 10 centimeters long, which is the bits that connect the 2 end walls together that have the brackets already attached, and this is 11, so you end up with 10 by 11, so it's not perfectly square. And that's another long one. So as you can see, I mean, I'm adding these. You don't have to add these extra bits. If I just add 3 there, then you can put down a second one if I add the front to it. Now, one of the new things I've added, I'm not sure if I mentioned this in the last portion of the video, is a little bridge. So there we go, there's a bridge, and the way I've designed this is so that it clips onto the edges here where you don't have anything on top of the building. But one of the things that was kind of intentional, kind of not, was the fact that you can actually use whatever you're topping whatever I decide to top the buildings with, because of course these are really plain and horrible. So I'm going to be redoing these with some detail and funky shapes. Is that will actually sit on top of the bridge as well, so you can add detail to the bridge without having to make it massive to store and transport, which of course is the whole point of this stuff in the first place, is that it's easy to transport. So there's that. That's one of the new features, is the bridge. And of course, from the last video, you've seen the staircase. It just clips onto the edge in the same way. I've got a bit shaky there. In the same way as the bridge. And one of the new things I've added is these. So I mentioned these at the end of the last portion of the video, and these just slide on the top in the same way as the top bits did. Choose the right one. Da, da, da. Do a bit of music, though I've got music in the background of the video already, so I'm not sure why I'm saying that. That goes on like that. So that looks a bit of a mess on top now because you've got all those tabs and whatnot. But what you can do, actually I've chosen this one with the doors being so close to the bottom. See, the way I've designed the windows is so there's a gap at the bottom, and the idea behind that is that when they slide on there, as you'll see in a minute, they don't have any restrictions, so this panel here has to be on a bottom floor. So what I'll do is I'll just put that to one side and choose one of the other buildings I've got. Et voila! You line it up so that the right sides are going on the right sides, and then with a bit of fiddling, as you can see, there we go. The two buildings are now one. So once it's all squished together, it does fit fairly well. As you can see, they've got nice detail there. There are a few gaps, it's not perfect, but I think once it's on the table like that, you can't really notice, especially once all this has been coloured in whatever colour I decide to go for. And that's it really. That's what I've been working on, just making these buildings and all the accessories that go along with them. And it's going quite well. I'm got it to a fine art now where I can make these fairly quick. Mind you, I've only got 4 at the moment, but they cover probably about 2 foot by 2 foot in game terms if you're paying Infinity, which isn't bad. It's a fair portion of the table. Oh, another thing that I've added is a different corner. You see here, if I just get the old style, this is what I did with my initial piece, is I made sort of one whole angular piece, which looks okay, but I think this is probably what I'm going to go with from now on. It's much easier to do, because you don't have to work with a large piece and try and get different angles in the plastic card as you're cutting it. You can literally just cut out these small pieces and then tack them on, and it works rather nice. And that was all the updates I've got so far. It's a pretty long video, this one, so apologies for that, and thanks if you've stuck through to the end. Again, let me know what you think. If there's anything you don't like, anything that I can improve, just let me know. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks guys.